Hi, my name is Robin Heisinger, and I'm doing my informative speech on wage inequality between men and women. Since women first began working, wages have not been equal between genders. Men have been paid more doing the same job as women, sometimes with less experience. The gender wage gap refers to the difference in earnings between women and men. In my research, I learned that experts have calculated this gap in a multitude of ways, but the varying calculations point to a consensus. Women earn consistently less than men. Today I will discuss the wage differences between genders, including how women are paid 83% of what men are paid. Women tend to work fewer hours, how having children may affect women's pay, and benefits may not be equivalent between the genders. An article from 2020 by Robin Lewis stated that on average, women are paid 83% of what men are paid. That means for every dollar men are paid, women are only paid 83 cents. Differences in pay are caused by occupational segregation, vertical segregation, and ineffective pay and legislation. Although women are still getting paid less than men, it has gotten slightly better since the problem was first addressed. In the 1960s, women were still only making 61 cents for every dollar a man made. Since then, women have made big advancements in both education and work experience, which employers tend to reward with higher pay. But while the pay difference has decreased, progress has slowed over the past decade. According to an article by Esteban Ortiz Espina, there are three major contributions factored into the pay inequality: job type, discrimination, and shouldering caregiving duties. For one, women are overrepresented in low-paying service jobs relative to men. That's especially true of care work, like childcare workers, domestic workers, and home health aides. Another unfair disadvantage between men and women is how women tend to work fewer hours to accommodate caregiving and other unpaid obligations. Since women are expected to take care of the household, the family, and still work, they may cut their hours to get their other responsibilities done. This means lower hourly wages and fewer benefits compared to full-time workers. Similarly, when a woman has children, it can also affect their pay. After giving birth, women's pay lags behind the pay of similarly educated men and of women without children. The higher share of domestic and care work performed by a woman is also a disadvantage for women in high-prestige, high-wage jobs in which employers demand very long hours as a condition of work. On the other hand, there is also some evidence of a fatherhood premium. Essentially, there is a positive relationship between a man's wage and the number of children he has. In my research, I found that women working full-time, year-round jobs earn $10,194 less than our male counterpart, in an article by Sarah Glynn. If this wage gap were to remain unchanged, women would earn about $760,000 less than a man over a 40-year career. Women of color are at an even greater disadvantage. For example, Black women were paid 64%, and Hispanic women 57% of what white, non-Hispanic men were paid in 2020, according to the U.S. Department of Labor. If we counted benefits, would women be doing less badly relative to men? The gender pay gap would not disappear by factoring in other employee benefits. Women are less likely than men to have an employer-provided health insurance and have fewer retirement resources than men. According to Greg LaCurie at CNBC, about 42% of working women have experienced gender discrimination at work, which is nearly twice the number of men. This includes earning less money, being treated as if incompetent, being passed over for promotions and important assignments, and receiving less support from senior leaders. This isn't to say all women make less than men. There isn't an earnings gap in a small subset of occupations, like phlebotomists, electricians, and social workers. We have just looked at the wage differences between genders, including how women are paid 83% of what men are paid. Women tend to work fewer hours, how having children may affect a woman's pay, and benefits may not be equivalent between the genders. Over the course of history, women and men have not been paid equally. I hope the information in this speech has helped to get a better understanding of unequal pay